Kathleen Morris noticed some weight gain when she entered menopause, but she used intermittent fasting to drop 50 pounds. Kathleen, thank you so much for being here. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell people who you are and what you do?
Great. I will do that. Thank you first for this lovely interview. Um, I just, I guess I work full time as a telecommunications person, dealing with cable, internet, home security, phone. So I'm kind of on the phone all day long. I talk all day. Um, that's my full-time day job. After work, I work on my writing business, and I've been a published author since 2012. I've got about 30 books on Amazon,
Wow.
suspense thrillers, inspirational books, short stories, both fiction and nonfiction. My recent book, actually, that I've published in January is an intermittent fasting book. It's called Hungry Old Lady: Intermittent Fasting for Menopause. It's kind of a weird title, I know, but kind of a spoof on being hungry, and old. I mean, I hope I don't look as old as the picture on the book, but I just thought it was funny anyway. So that's basically what I split my time with, my full-time job and my business. Now with my business, I've got like three different websites: crunchymenopause.com, which is a weird title again, where I just kind of try to help women through menopause naturally and stuff. And of course, it's affiliate marketing and things like that I sell. And then I also sew. I've got a website that's called catfitstitch.com, and I write tutorials and things like that, and I'm currently working on a course, my very first course, which is kind of scary.
Oh,
And I've also got a website for my writing called storytellercat.com, and I write about writing. I write about self-publishing, which I am an indie author. And yeah, so that's what I do for my work. And I've been married to my wonderful husband for 31 years, and I've got three kids, grown kids, and four grandchildren. So
wow.
that's me in a nutshell.
Awesome. Well, why don't you tell everybody how you found success with intermittent fasting? Like, how much did you lose and how long did that take?
Okay, so I lost about 50 pounds, and I've managed to keep it off. I started that in 2014. Um, it was the 5-2 fast, actually, that I started with. I don't know if a lot of people really even know what that is. You hear so much about other kinds of fasts, like with the OMAD and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
not a lot about the 5-2 anymore. But I think that that's really where things originated with Michael Mosley
Mhm.
in the UK. And I joined a Facebook group. That's where I first started hearing about this 5-2 fast. And I think most of my weight was lost with the 5-2 fast. And what that is you pick 2 days a week where you cut down your calories. I would pick like Monday and Thursday, where women are allowed like about 500 calories, and men are allowed 600 calories. And I started off with that, and then I kind of gradually branched into a 16-8, where, you skip breakfast. I like to alternate things
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So I did the 16-8, did the 24, the warrior diet, and gradually progressed to the OMAD diet, which is one meal a day, which I just love. But I do, like, I like to be versatile and stuff like that. So I do long fasts here and there too, and I call them my detox fasts. So
Oh,
that's,
very good.
yeah.
And so you've been maintaining for how long at this point?
Well, since the beginning from 2014. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And so when you're maintaining, what does that look like for you?
Well, basically, I get up, I eat nothing. It's kind of boring, but I mean, I eat nothing, but just drink water when I'm, thirsty. I get ready for work. I I like to walk as well, and I started this little kind of walk to work program for myself.
Mhm.
I'm about 4 miles away from my work, and it's quite a trek. It's
Yeah.
actually through like a heavy highway and industrial kind of area. It's not really fun to walk, but I love walking so much. And my problem was the time, the time that it takes to put the walking in that I like to do. And so I thought, hey, why don't I just go and walk to work? So 4 miles I walk to work. Not every day. I hope to do more, that since now that it's springtime and stuff like that. But if I can do it at least 3 or 4 times a week, then I do. So I walk the 4 miles to work, get to work. Don't even think about food. I don't have lunch. I go out for a walk then again on my breaks and on my lunch hours, and I try to get in as much walking as I can. Then when I get home, I'm ready to eat, and so I make supper, and that's what I have. So.
Awesome. Now that you're in maintenance, do you find that you do OMAD like every single day, or do you mix it up a good bit with different kinds of intermittent fasting?
I do it every single day, but I like to throw in a 48-hour fast every Thursday, usually. Some weeks I don't. It just depends on what happens. But for the most part, it's OMAD. Uh, it just was a natural progression for me. And I just really love that simplicity of life, not having to worry about what do I have for breakfast? What do I have for lunch? And all that. It's just the one meal. And yeah, so.
Very good. What about a little bit of backstory on your weight? Like, has it always been a challenge for you, or was this something that just happened later in life?
No, I never actually never struggled with my weight my
Mm.
entire life. It was menopause.
Ah,
Seriously, it was menopause. I mean, when as a woman you think, hey, I got everything together, whatever, and my weight's fine. And then boom. I mean, I went through menopause early. So like 47, I was, done and into postmenopause. I was shocked how it affected my body. It was like, oh my goodness. I mean, all of a sudden, I'm getting weight around the middle. I never had that around my rib cage or anything like that before, my belly. And it's like, what is happening to me? This is crazy. So I knew I had to do something. And I kind of stumbled on this intermittent fasting. I never ever thought it would work. I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. And then, all of a sudden they're like noticing, hey, Kathy, you look different. Are you doing something? Are you dieting or something? I just have a little different of eating plan. And, I didn't really elaborate too much because those that I did elaborate with, close to me were like, what are you doing to yourself? But
right.
yeah, I mean, it was really shocking when you go your whole life and you never really struggled with the weight, and all of a sudden something's happening because your hormones are out of whack, your metabolism's different, everything that you think that everything people are doing now, women are doing now, it completely flips when you go into menopause.
Right.
And doesn't work anymore. So
Right.
yeah.
When you decided to lose weight, what was that? Was there a moment where you just said, "Okay, I've got to do something," or was there like an "I've had enough of this" moment, or was it something you kind of came to gradually?
Oh, no, no, it was a shocker. It was like, okay, so I think I remember it was my niece's graduation, right? And it's always in pictures. We don't perceive ourselves the same, in everyday life until we actually see a picture. And
Right.
oh my goodness, it was like, okay, at the same time, my daughter was pregnant and expecting our first grandchild. And I
Uh,
go back and I see this picture and I thought, which one is
oh,
pregnant? Which one is pregnant? Because I looked big and I was so shocked. And I thought, oh my goodness. I
Mhm.
gotta do something, you know? And the funny thing is, before I even saw this picture, I would ask everybody, you know, my friends close to me, "Do I look fat? Is, you know, am I okay?" And they all lied to me, Kayla. They all lied to me, every single one of them. And I was just, at first I was so mad. You know, when I seen the picture, it's like, come on, you guys all lied. But I know they were just trying to save my feelings. But
Right.
then I thought, okay, Kathy, you got to do something, you know, like, so I started listening to inspirational, motivational speakers on YouTube. One of my favorites, Tony Robbins.
I love him.
And oh, I love him. And, you know, I remember one of his quotes. I was sitting in my office, this office, and my husband had purchased me a one of those pedal bikes because I said I got to do something. Can you just get me a like a pedal bike or whatever? And so here I was on my pedal bike, biking in the office, listening to Tony Robbins, and he goes, "Get back to your fighting weight." And immediately
Mhm.
I'm bawling, immediately crying my eyes out. I'm trying, and nothing's helping. And you know, I took a little, I wrote out the quote and I stuck it onto my bike. And every day I went in there thinking, I'll be motivated. I'll keep on biking and then I'll really lose the weight. Nothing happened.
Mhm.
Nothing. It seemed like the more I went out and tried to exercise, like I joined the gym. You know, my husband and I, we went faithfully every, you know, other day or so. It did
Right.
nothing for my weight. And I'm like, what's going on? Am I going to be like this forever? I remember crying with my sister on the phone, like, am I going to look this big forever? You know, it was traumatizing. It really
Right.
was.
Yeah. Right.
And so then I thought, okay, yeah, no, I got to do some research. I love research.
Mhm.
Google's my
Right.
friend.
Right.
And so I found this 5-2 fast, and I found so many success stories from people that, you know, not those gym rats, not the ones that you see are out at the gym every day. These were just normal people that, you know, maybe even struggled with some physical ailment or something that they couldn't go out and do the exercise. Well,
Right.
these people were successfully losing weight and keeping it off. And I just looked at the pictures and I read the stories and I thought, that's what I want, you know?
Mm.
So then I just started secretly, no, didn't tell nobody. And the weight just, I was shocked. I mean, it wasn't right away. It was like maybe a couple of months after that. It takes some time. I mean, you can't just do it for a short period of time and think, well, I don't see any results. But because I wasn't expecting those results, it just, you know, all of a sudden, oh, my
Mhm.
pants are loose, or, you know, or my face is looking thinner, things like that. And then I thought, hey, this is something. This is something, you know, and it wasn't just even the weight, it was like how I was feeling, and I had more energy, and I felt like less stress and all that. So I just kept on doing that, you know.
Right. So what do you think was the biggest challenge for you along the way?
Biggest challenge along the way.
Or now?
Well,
Do
or
you
now,
think
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Well, even okay, say I'll say right now, right? It's that question of when is enough enough? You know,
Mm.
like when to start the maintenance? Am I good enough? I mean, because we all have, anyone who's lost any amount of weight, the question is always in my mind, do I look good enough? I mean, I know that's vain, but it's like, is my stomach flat enough?
Right.
You know, is my face, do I still have the jowls? Do I have, you know, this and that? You know, it's like,
Right.
when is enough enough? When do you start into the maintenance? And I mean, that was challenging for me because I used to, you know, step on that scale every day. I used to count, you know, count the calories, you know, keep track of the numbers. And I mean, that's not that there's anything wrong with that for those who do want to do that. But for me, I felt like, you know, when do I stop that and just be normal, you know?
Right.
And one of the things that kind of kicked me into a different mental kind of mind frame was losing my mother. I lost my mother about a year ago, and she would always kind of complains, "Oh, my belly's so big," and we'd go shopping and stuff, and she'd buy the large, and I said, "Mom, you're not that big," but,
Right.
you think you're bigger than you are and stuff, some we all think that,
Mhm.
and, and then and she passed away, and after the fact, it was like, was that all really important? You
Right.
know? The 5 pounds, "Oh, it's 3 extra today," or, "Oh,
Mhm.
that what's really important, and so that really kind of kicked me into a different mind frame. So now I never step on the scale,
Mhm.
and I mean, I know my clothes fit and I know how I feel, and I just continue on with the maintenance, and your body will kind of level out to what it's comfortable with,
Mhm. Mhm.
and kind of sometimes I think as an intermittent faster, you don't give your body that kind of permission to just be okay where you're at, you know?
Right.
And in fact, I think like before my mother passed away, it was like, yeah, I had lost a lot of weight and I was almost looking too gaunt. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Sometimes you
Right.
can over intermittent fast.
Right.
And so I had to reevaluate myself and say, you know what? Yes, I did gain a little bit back after
Mhm.
my mom because I got kind of kicked off of my regular thing,
Sure.
going through trauma. Life happens, things
Mhm.
happen,
Yes.
people pass away, hardships happen in your life, and you have to kind of when you do a program like intermittent fasting, you have to be able to be flexible enough to allow certain things in your life to happen. And with that little extra, I looked at myself and said, you know what? It's fine. I'm not even
Mhm.
going to worry about it. And
Right.
as soon as I kind of let go of all those numbers and, uh, you know, obsessiveness over it, it was like, I feel like I'm not even on any kind of plan. I'm just eating a different way, and it's just kind of my way of life, and I love it. So,
That is so good. So what is one piece of advice you would give to somebody else out there on their weight loss journey? Maybe they're kind of like just starting out. What would you say to them?
I would say start slowly.
Mm.
I've seen people just all of a sudden, boom, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it all right away. And then doesn't always work out. It's almost like an overload. You
Mm.
have to kind of give yourself time to experiment, check it out, see what it's all about, do the research, like try just skipping breakfast, do it for a little while and see how you feel. You might really be surprised that, hey, this is something I really like, or it really helps me with my health and my weight all at once. And yeah, I would say start slow. Also, do not listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to anybody, because
Yeah.
I've run into so many that say, "Oh, you're harming yourself." Oh, I've done the research and that's not healthy. Or
Right.
are you anorexic? No. It's like, so
Right.
don't listen to the naysayers. Just experiment, try different things and see what works. I mean, one thing, what works for one person may not work for another, and that's fine, you know?
Right.
So yeah, I would say that those are the two things.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, is there anything that I didn't ask you that you really wish I would have?
Let's see. What do I eat?
Okay. Yeah,
uh,
that's a great question.
I eat whatever I want. I'm
I love it.
sorry
I
to
love
say this. Some people think, oh, what? No, that's not right. It's like
it.
for me, I eat whatever I want. You know what? I don't want to live my life where I'm restricting this and restricting that. I just don't think that that's sustainable. So many other diets like keto and, others that other people, think are so great. I mean, maybe they are. And yes, you can lose weight on them. And I'm not dissing them or anything like that. Those are fine if you want to do that. But for me, I just know that if you tell me I can't have a chocolate bar or an ice cream or whatever, eventually down the road, I'm going to have that and I'm going to
Oh
fall
yeah.
off the wagon. So why set yourself up for failure like that? So, and especially, I mean, if I'm out with my grandchildren and it's a hot day and they want ice cream, I'm going to go for ice cream with them. I'm not going to say, no, Nana can't have that because I'm not going to do that. I want to go out and have the pizza with my husband or ice cream cone or, some little treat like that. And so I just eat whatever I want.
I'm the same exact way. So
Oh, great.
we're completely on the same page there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so Kathleen, thank you so much for being here and for sharing your story. I think we have very much the same philosophies. If anybody would like to get into contact with you, what's the best way they can do that?
Let's see. Probably my Amazon author page.
Okay.
Um, Also my websites, crunchymenopause.com, catfitstitch.com, or storytellercat.com. And I also have YouTube channels for all three of them. I just don't have anything on my Storyteller Cat yet. I'm still working on that.
Okay.
Also on Facebook, I've got a Facebook group. It's called Menopause Maggie. It's a closed group, but we discuss all kinds of kind of natural remedies and things like that for menopause and um, yeah, and intermittent fasting, things like that. So yeah, so that's how.
Awesome. Well, thank you again so much for being here, Kathleen. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I really enjoyed this, Kayla.
I hope you enjoyed that success story. If you have lost a significant amount of weight with intermittent fasting, please reach out to me at Kayla@sixmilestosupper.com. I would love to interview you for one of these success stories on my channel. If you're currently trying to lose weight and you're just having a hard time, check out my Slow and Steady Success Academy. There you'll find a course called Intermittent Fasting for Weight Loss 101, where I take you through the entire process from start to finish and how to implement intermittent fasting successfully in your life for weight loss. The link is in the description. The All Access Pass to Slow and Steady Success Academy is a monthly subscription plan that gets you access to every course that is currently available in this academy, as well as any that will become available in the future. Also, you'll get access to our private All Access Pass members only Facebook group.